Now for the show that's truly too hot to handle. It's The Melting Pat, and it starts right now.
You're listening to The Melting Pat. Here's your host, Pat Johnson.
Well, thank you, Jerome. Hello, my friends, and happy holidays. Welcome to the show, The Melting Pat. My name is Pat. Good to have you here. Happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday, while the merry bells keep ringing. Happy holiday to you. There you go. Andy Williams. Have I done that already? I think I've done that. Maybe we'll make that a tradition, just singing off key and all tired and whatnot, and just make that a thing. How are you, everybody? This is my favorite episode of the show to do all year long. We got to do it a bit differently this year because office work and whatnot, but we are still going to bring you all the things. We will have the holiday episode of The Office. It's a two-parter, so we get two segments out of that. That actually makes it easier for me. Topic-wise, recording-wise, all that stuff. The difference this year is it will not be edited. So we'll add the songs, we'll level out the audio, we'll add the songs, and that will be that. We'll have two parts of The Office. We will have... we'll do a general thing about people getting weird about the holidays, and we'll go into that a little bit. And then, we'll play Christmas songs from our friends throughout the show. And then we will do... we'll play the... what do we got? Oh, the end. Much better. Our holiday greeting from our friends. Much better. We will do that today. All right. Hope you're well. Hope everything is going great in your world. If you've already done some holiday celebrating, hope it's been great. If you are gearing up to do some holiday things, I hope you're okay. If you're hosting, good luck. Godspeed. Hope everybody's doing okay. I just hosting is like we've hosted birthday parties for the kid, and that's super stressful. Hosting a holiday would be... Although next year, hopefully, if we can move into a new house, next year we can find out what that's like. We shall see. But anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for making me a part of your holiday tradition. I appreciate your time. Sign up for the Patreon if you'd like. Patreon.com/TheMeltingPat. Pay me some money. Get some stuff. Sign up for the newsletter as well. Or if you just want to send me $5, if you just want to send me $5, I don't know why I couldn't say that. Venmo is The Melting Pat. So there you go. I'm on PayPal too. Am I on Cash App? Maybe. I think so. I don't have that on my phone actively, but I definitely use Venmo. Send me some money, is what I'm saying. If you want, that's fine. Okay, there we go. So we have all that coming. We got songs from our friends, but we will begin as we do with my favorite retail story. Now, I've told this story on across two platforms for 15 years now almost, and it never gets less fun. Some will argue that it's not my best retail story. I think the contenders for that, in my opinion, are this one, the lady who thought I was going to lock her out of the store at night, and our friend Brian Amato's favorite, if I was going to start a life of crime, I would have started before I was 72. The 72-year-old woman who thought I was branding her a criminal because she was trying to use her husband's credit card with her dopey son. Those are top three, I think. Those, at least what I can think of off the top of my head. If you can think of others, if you have a better memory than I do, then let me know what my favorite retail story is of yours. Which of my retail stories is your favorite? How's that? We've had a lot of fun ones, but this one, it's special to me because it was a holiday thing. It's special to me because it was my first year at the store, and I hadn't really, I had a lady throw her ID at me, and she was mad about that, but I hadn't really had like a big interaction yet at the time. And so this one will always be special to me. And so it was early in the day, and I know it was a Thursday because the boss was off. So it was me and my supervisor, Amy, my friend. And I know every year I think about this. I think we should get her on. And I do ask her about it, and we've never been able to work it out. So Amy, if you're listening, one of these years we should talk about this together. Anyway, so It's probably like 10:30 in the morning. It's early in the day. Nobody really in the store. We have a list of things to do on top of like straightening cards and restocking ornaments and all that. Like on top of the regular stuff we have to do around the store. And so we're sitting there behind the counter, just going over the list of stuff from the boss. And there are 3 registers. When you come in the store, we're on the left-hand side. So there's 1 register. 3 right in a row. So 1, 2, and 3. So we're standing there, and Amy's at the 3rd one, and I'm in the middle, sort of. And this woman comes in, and I say, "Oh, hey, good morning. How are you?" And she doesn't even look at me, which is not uncommon. Although at the time, I didn't really, I wasn't sure how people would react to me greeting them. And what I learned pretty quickly was they generally don't react. So, so this woman comes in. She doesn't say a word, doesn't look at me. She plops her purse down on the counter. And I'm just looking at her. She's just digging through, clearly looking for something. And I am, for whatever reason, mesmerized by this woman. This little woman, little older woman. Much older than me. Much older. Well, she's probably in her, 50s, I guess, at the time. I don't know. I'm bad with ages. But she wasn't in her 20s like me, right? She seemed much older than that. So she's digging through her purse, and I'm just mesmerized, like looking at her digging through, like she's found the golden ticket or something. And she pulls out a little light bulb, like a small light bulb that you would put on your outdoor display. Not the really small ones you'd put on your tree, or you might put in your front windows, but like the ones you would like a little bigger, not big, like the medium-sized bulbs, right? So she pulls it out, and she like holds it up like she's offering it to us or something. And she said something. I didn't hear her. I was just, in a trance, I guess. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?" She's like, can you sell this?" And Amy jumps in and says, No, we don't carry those. You might want to try a hardware store, Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that. And she looked like, first, Amy was like, "No, we don't carry that." And the woman tilted her head. And you know how when a dog hears a sound for the first time, she was like, "Whoa?" She didn't make the noise, but she did tilt her head like, "What are you talking about?" And then Amy's like, "Oh, you might want to try, Lowe's or Home Depot. They sell lights, so they might have replacements." And I could tell, like, the way that she interacted with us, I could tell that English was not her first language. So maybe she was having trouble figuring out what we were trying to tell her. And then as soon as Amy says Home Depot, the woman stops in her tracks and goes, she bunches up her face, like, ugh, scowls, I suppose, is the word here. And she goes, "Home Depot? Well, like, how dare you suggest Home Depot?" And for years I've wondered why she had such a visceral reaction to the mention of Home Depot. Like, did she used to work at Home Depot and she got fired? Did she already visit Home Depot that day and they told her to come to us? Is she not allowed to go to Home Depot anymore because of some ruckus she caused? I don't know. But she was very upset that Amy suggested she go to Home Depot to find a replacement light bulb for her display or for her tree or whatever she was going to use the lights for. And so she packed up her stuff without saying another word, left in a huff, and I never saw her again. And I still wonder about this. This happened in 2010. So I guess, yeah, this is 15 years I've been telling this story. I just wonder, what is the deal? What happened? Where did she go? Where did she come from? Where did she go? Where did she come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I just wonder what happened. Did she go to Home Depot? Did she find what she needed? Did she go to another of our locations? Did she bother them? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know why did she think that coming into the store and holding up this little light, like, do you remember the episode of Dexter's Laboratory, where there was no dialogue in the episode, but one of his light bulbs in his lab burned out. And you know how when a light goes out, you shake it and it makes noise. That's how you know it's out. So he went to his mom. He shook the light bulb. She took him to the hardware store or wherever. And he didn't say anything. He just kept shaking the light until somebody heard him, saw what he needed, and got him out of there. So I wonder if maybe that was her inspiration. She watched that episode of Dexter's Lab that day and was like, maybe I'll just do this and just do this. And so she thought holding up the light bulb to us would somehow magically answer her question and say, "Oh yes, we have those right over here." Which, I mean, really, we probably should have carried some things like that. We sold a lot of decorations and knickknacks and stuff, but I feel like selling lights, decoration lights, would have been good. But we likely would not have sold in any case would not have sold just the light bulbs, and so she would have been out of luck either way. But I wonder why she was so angry that Home Depot was suggested, as that probably would have been the spot for her to go and figure out what to do. Like, they would have been able to help her, right? They would have at least, carried something close to that, more than we would have. And I think of her all the time, and I wonder if she made it out, if she got if she got what she needed for her holiday display or her tree or her whatever. I hope she was okay, and I hope that she was not too deeply offended by by Amy's suggestion, by our suggestion. I feel like I didn't really help her out there, but I hope that she was able to find what she needed, and that since she has had many happy and healthy and wonderful holiday seasons, with all of her decorations lit as they should be. So Light Bulb Lady, if you're out there, I hope you're okay. Hope you're still around doing stuff, and I hope that all of your lights shine brightly every holiday season. So there you go. Yeah, I always wonder what happened. What happened to you, Light Bulb Lady? Did you find it? Did Home Depot make you mad? Have you been banned from Home Depot? Are you allowed back in now? What happened? Let me know. TheMeltingPat.com. Like, she's going to listen to this. Let me know. TheMeltingPat.com. Let me know what's what. I want to know, Light Bulb Lady. I don't know your name, and you probably don't know my name, but you'll know. We'll know. We'll know each other. All right, we'll take a break. We'll play a song from our dear friends. I know they're not really a thing anymore, but I like to include them because this song is so lovely, and I think it's a good, because Light Bulb Lady was so mad at us. I feel like this song is a good one, nice calming tune to take us to break, as we can all collect ourselves for a couple minutes, and then we'll come back and talk about The Office, and we'll go from there. All right, so here we go. The Wild and Free, When the Year Ends. It's the Melting Pat. We're coming right back.
What have I done? Why do I have nothing to show again? Holiday fun isn't so fun when you're alone again. Snow in my lungs, but there is warmth deep inside. I'll be happy when the year ends. I'll be happy when the year ends. Another chance to start again. I'll be happy when the year ends. Another chance to start again. I'll give it time. I guess it's not a lot to ask for, but I won't lie. My merry spirit's running dry. Unwrap my heart, you'll find warmth deep inside. I'll be happy when the year ends. I'll be happy when the year ends. Another chance to start again. I'll be happy when the year ends. Another chance to start again. What more can this year take? I guess I'll take another shot at therapy. What more can this year take? I guess I'll take another present from the tree. What more can this year take? I guess I'll take another shot at therapy. What more can this year take? I guess I'll take another present from the tree. I'll be happy when the year ends. I'll be happy when the year ends. Another chance to start again. I'll be happy when the year ends. Another chance to start again.
There you have it, our dear friends. The Wild and Free, When the Year Ends. I love that song. It's just a chill, just a really good, just makes you feel good, right? Doesn't it? Yes? No? Is it sad? Is it too sad? I love that song anyway. And yeah, Wild and Free, they were on the show years ago. And we had a really fun conversation. I know they've changed the lineup since then, and they've kind of taken breaks and gone their different ways for the moment. But Wild and Free, if you're listening, if you're getting back together, making more tunes, let me know what's what. Come back on the show. We had fun, right? Did only I have fun? Okay. Anyway, let's get on with the show. So this year's holiday episode of The Office is 2 parts, which is good for me in a couple of ways. Number 1, I get to make 2 segments out of it, which means we get a song in the middle. And number 2, I don't have to plan anything else. I know, Pat, that's kind of a cop-out. I know. But this year, I don't have the time to do like a full thing. So, because we got to record a bunch of these, all together. So it works out for me this year that we have a 2-part episode. So let us get on with it. Season 7's Classy Christmas. Let's start with part 1. So we have a cold open, like we'd start with part 2. What are we going to go backwards like that episode of Seinfeld? Anyway, so our cold open is the staff is outside getting the Christmas card picture. Says big banner behind says Happy Holidays or whatever from Dunder Mifflin. And they got the good one. Great. And then they're trying to do a fun one. It's not going well. People argue, we should try this. Let's try jumping in the air. No, not everybody's jumping in the air. And it's a whole mess. And of course, they didn't get it. They did not get the picture, but that's okay. So we're in the office. Pam is the office administrator. And the first act for her, that means she's in charge of the party planning committee. And her first act in charge of it was to shut it down. Good call, because it was just a whole mess, as we've talked about. Michael is Santa, of course. He comes in, he's like, oh, Merry Christmas, everyone. Party planning going great. Everybody doing well. Nobody's gotten drunk yet. Nobody's caused problems. Everybody's happy. So we get a cutaway. Michael in his office. He's happy there's no drama as a boss. That's what you want. But you could tell there's a little glimmer in his eye. He wants some drama. He wants some stuff. So then Gabe and Kelly emerge. Hey, we got presents from corporate, from Sabre, and they're Hello Kitty laptop sleeves. And people hate them. But Kelly chose the gift as they're trying to get her involved as the minority executive trainee. And they said, hey, finally, something for Kelly to do. So she picked out the gift, and she said, I wonder if they would be under as much scrutiny if I were white. Which is, like, that's a great joke. Like, the whole bit of Kelly being the minority executive trainee, like, she has not a little bit of power, but she feels like she does, and she uses that to her advantage. Very funny. I like that a lot. Gabe thought they agreed on fleece blankets, and he's like, hey, me and Aaron, we make great use of ours. And we get a great cutaway for Gabe, and we get this quote.
Yes, Aaron and I are still dating. Why do you ask me so often if we're still dating?
It's very funny. Like, what are you asking me about that for? Jim notices that it is snowing, and Dwight makes fun of him for being childish. Like, oh, it's just snow. Ugh, it's not even real snow. It's a dusting. And so Jim goes outside, gets a snowball, comes back, and pelts Dwight in the face. Everybody laughs. Dwight is, of course, furious, and he challenges Jim to a snowball fight on the first real snowfall of winter. All right, so we got some tension. Of course, they've always had tension. Jim always messes with Dwight because Jim's a dick, and Dwight is, he's a little bit much, but he doesn't deserve the torment, honestly. Just trying to get his work done, man. And so Kevin and Oscar are then teasing Angela about bringing her boyfriend, the state senator, to the party. And I love Angela's inflated sense of self-importance about this because it fits her so well. It fits her character so well. Like, I'm dating a senator. And then Oscar's always there to be like, state senator. And it's very good. So they're in the conference room for a meeting. Toby has an announcement. He'll be on jury duty for a very high-profile case. People try to guess. He neither confirms nor denies it's the Scranton Strangler. So he needs a replacement, or the company, the office, needs a replacement HR rep, and he announces that Holly will be returning to temporarily replace Toby in HR. Michael says, well, Holly's coming back. Oh my goodness. Michael's in love with Holly, by the way. If you don't know. And he's like, oh, all right, we have to cancel this Christmas party. We got to throw a classy one for Holly. We got to do this. So he's like, take down the tree, throw out the cookies, get rid of everything. And he said, oh, I can't believe this. You know what I have to thank? The Scranton Strangler. You just took one more person's breath away. That's not right. That is not right. So now the Christmas party is, it's classy, sophisticated. It's cool. It's a lot of white, bothered my eyes a little bit. So much white. Angela is tailoring Michael's pants, doing something, sticking pins in him, during his explanation of the cool party. And he's like, she's like, maybe I'll bring my boyfriend, the senator. And then we get this clip as Michael brings up parking tickets.
I only asked because he's a senator.
Could he help us with some parking tickets?
I don't think that's appropriate.
No, then he's not a senator.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Again, the great bit of Angela being completely self-important that she's dating a state senator. So Jim and Pam are chatting about Christmas gifts, and, they always go above and beyond with their gifts to each other. Or at least I guess Jim does, as far as Pam says. And so Pam's telling Jim, like, hey, don't be too excited. I didn't have a lot of time this year. And then we get a cutaway of Pam. She created a comic book, The Adventures of Jimmy Halpert, where he becomes Bear Man, which sounds really fun. So I like it. I wish somebody would make a comic about me. No, I don't. No, I don't. Scratch that. No, I don't. I don't want somebody to make a comic about me. That would not be very fun. All right, so don't do that. So Pam now needs help getting a real Christmas tree because Michael decides Holly, being from New Hampshire, would be offended by the fake tree. Kevin doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to get dirty in case there would be girls at the party. Andy offers to help, but the tree won't fit in his Prius. And then he says he has a hookup with a pickup. It's Daryl. And we cut to Daryl in his office on the phone with Justine, his daughter's mom. And apparently his daughter, Jada, wants to spend Christmas with her instead. Daryl is very excited about spending this Christmas with his daughter. And Pam and Andy come in like, hey, do you want to come help us? Can we use your truck to get the tree? And he's like, no, but thank you for your interest in my truck. And then he reconsiders. He's like, you know what? I could use a breath of fresh air. So he's like, all right, let's do this. So now we're back in the main office. Toby is on recess from the trial, shows up to the party. Everyone is asking all about the case. And we get a cutaway from Toby. He knows they're only excited to talk to him about the case. Like, they're only excited to talk to him because they want to talk about the case. But he's hoping that if they start talking, they'll realize he has something to say. And then we're just talking, which is kind of about, like, Toby just seems like a regular dude you could chat with. But Michael hates him. And I think that kind of seeps into other people where they don't really want to talk to Toby that much. So kind of a bummer for Toby. But anyway, Jim is outside waiting for Dwight because Dwight said, hey, it's on, snowball fight at noon. So he calls Dwight, or at noon in the parking lot. So he calls Dwight, gets his voicemail, turns around to see that the door is now chained shut. And there was a giant snowman in the parking lot. The snowman is now behind Jim, and Dwight breaks out of it, and he pelts Jim with a backpack full of snowballs. And we cut to this great line from Dwight.
I have no feeling in my fingers or penis, but I think it was worth it.
Totally worth it. He dumps the rest of the snow on a fallen Jim, and then he celebrates before running off. And so then we cut to Jim in the break room recounting the ordeal, and he gets a text from Dwight. How about icing it, LOL? And they cut to Dwight looking through the door, through the window of the break room door, and his face is priceless. I love, like, just the wry smile. There's a big grin, just wryly smiling at him. That's not the right word to use. Anyway, so Holly is back. Great transition, Pat. Thank you. Thank you very much. So she and Michael, for me, Holly and Michael have such fun chemistry. Like, they're so fun. But then we learn that she is with AJ and they live together. And so Michael looks just crushed. He's just, because again, Michael's in love with Holly. They broke up when she got transferred and she's like, I can't do this. And he's like, oh man. So he's just still really sad. Now she's back and he thinks that they can get it going again, but apparently not because she lives with AJ. So Michael is upset about that. And yeah, it's a bummer, man. What a bummer. So now we're at the Christmas tree lot. Daryl is arguing on the phone with Justine because Jada thinks that Christmas with her mom is more fun. And so Pam convinces Daryl to bring Jada to the office party, which is a terrible idea. Just in general, why are you bringing a kid to your work party? Don't. Maybe it's because I work in the public sector, not the private sector, so we don't really have big shindigs like this anymore. And so I'm just like, why would don't do that? Don't. Okay. Anyway, so we're at the party. Jada is bummed out because again, the party now has been changed because Michael needed a sophisticated party for Holly. And so Jada is bummed out that Michael is not dressed as a traditional Santa. And the women are asking Holly about her relationship with AJ. Is it an open relationship? Do you want kids? You know, what's going on? And she decided after talking with Phyllis and Pam and Kelly and Aaron, was Aaron there? Anyway, she decides we're gonna give AJ an ultimatum, propose by the end of the year, or we're over. And Kelly loves the idea with this clip about ultimatums.
That is a great idea. Ultimatums are key. Basically, nobody does anything for me anymore unless I threaten to kill myself.
So Jim is walking back to his desk, and he's like, oh man, he sees who he thinks is Pam sitting there. Turns out it's Dwight, disguised as Pam. More snowballs. Lots of headshots, by the way. Dwight has good aim. I'm impressed. And he also, in a cutaway, says, yeah, I have a wig for every single person in this office because you never know when you'll need to bear a passing resemblance. And there's a quick cut of him in a Stanley wig and a Kevin one and a Meredith one. Very funny. That's a good bit. And so later at the party, Jim is eyeing up Dwight to launch a snowball with his lacrosse stick. And Toby's trying to tell him about a lady stenographer who looks just like Jim. And Toby's like, all right, hey, you know what, Toby? That's great. I can't reconnect with you right now. And so Jim flings the snowball, misses, breaks the window in the conference room. And come on, Jim. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? Meanwhile, Michael is sad over Holly. And there's the voiceover like, oh, but I can be mature about this. And while we hear that, he is taking her Woody doll from her desk. And he put it in the trash. And he poured his coffee on it. And so that's how we end part 1 of Classy Christmas. A lot going on. I hope there's another part so we can tie up these loose ends. Oh, wait, there is. But first, we're going to play a quick song. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. We're going to play a tune from our dear friend Bronny. This, I think, was the first song we played from her. And we've gone back to the well a few times. We should get back to her soon. She's put out a lot of new stuff. So we will take you to break with Bronny's, I almost said Bronny's hit. Is this a hit? It's a hit for us. Modern day Xmas. Bronny, the Melting Pat. We're coming right back.
It's that time of year, spreading Christmas cheer, stocking up on beer. What? It's a modern day Christmas. Santa Claus crawl tonight, not a whoopee coat in sight. Girls are getting frostbite, yeah. Well, it's a modern day Christmas. Who cares about spreading joy? It's such a joke. Christmas is about being scared 'cause we're all broke. This Christmas time, I've lost count of the number of times I burned my tongue on mulled wine. And eating all of Costco's mince pies, trying to drown my sorrows, being nice to people I can't stand all year long. The cycle goes on and on and on and on and on and Secret Santa gifts should be banned. Your gifts will be from Pell Band. I swear Santa's evil plan. I always get the person I hate. This year's not the same. No toys, that's too lame. Santa's the one to blame. I never got my one request. All I ever wanted was a little green guy who knew how to fly. I never got my alien, so I sit alone and I wonder why. This Christmas time, I've lost count of the number of times I burned my tongue on mulled wine. And eating all of Costco's mince pies, trying to drown my sorrows. I'm being nice to people I can't stand all year long. The cycle goes on and on and on and on and on and Modern day Christmas.
There we go, our dear friend Bronny, Modern Day Christmas. It's written as Modern Day Xmas. Did we say Xmas or Christmas? I don't know. There you go. Thank you, Bronny. We're going to get back to some Bronny music. We haven't played her in a little bit, and she's released some new stuff lately. So there you go. Thank you, my friend, for being a part of the yearly show. Big fan. Love it. So now, my friends, everybody, let's get to The Office Classy Christmas Part 2. So we don't have a cold open. I guess these would have aired on the same night, right? They would have aired in an hour block, because on the DVD they're separate episodes. But I guess they would have aired at night, or they would have aired in the same night, right? In a block. That's why there's no cold open. That makes sense. So the window is covered with cardboard, taped up there, because again, Jim smashed it with a snowball, launched from his lacrosse stick, and everybody's freezing. They got their coats on, and so Jim and Dwight are in Michael's office being reprimanded by Michael and Holly. And Holly is surprised. He's like, the last time I was here, you guys were best friends. And they looked at each other like, what? No? So Michael tells a story. This reminds me of a funny story of my girlfriend. And he just completely makes it up. The girlfriend who lives in New York City. Dwight doesn't believe it. And Michael goes, I am not on trial here. Okay, the Scranton Strangler is. And then we get a cutaway for Michael. And he says, did you see the look on her face? So he thinks that his ploy to make Holly jealous by talking about a fake girlfriend, he thinks it worked. Did it? We're going to find out, I guess. And so Pam is showing her comic book for Jim to Phyllis in the break room. And Phyllis thinks that Pam went homemade because of money problems. And she's like, no. Jim had a great year. I just thought this would be good. What do you think? And Phyllis picks it up and is just like, not impressed at all. So we're back at the party. Holly finds Woody in the trash. She is furious. Like, who did this? It's clear I'm not wanted. Somebody let me know or I'm going to leave. And Phyllis immediately throws Aaron under the bus. Like, oh, I don't think Aaron likes you very much. Aaron's like, what? I don't know enough to make a decision. Like, poor form for Phyllis. Phyllis doesn't get enough crap for throwing people under the bus. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking that because I just watched it today. But poor form, Phyllis. Michael comes out and he plays. He's like, oh, man, what happened? He's like, well, I think Toby is jealous of all the attention you're getting. Toby's like, no, dude, it does seem like I would never ever do that, but it does seem like something that you would do. Kevin from the back, meanwhile, goes, well, Toy Story is about a movie when the toys come to life when nobody's looking, so maybe Woody did this to himself. Angela also blames Michael, who claims, and Michael claims he's been framed, by the way, and Jim's like, wait, why are we discounting this toy, this Woody come to life thing that Kevin brought up? Michael laughs and says the stunt was part of the party. And he says, someday we will laugh about this when we tell our kids. And the whole office, oh boy. So he explains that he did it because he was jealous. Holly's like, Michael, you got to let it go. And he wonders why, because when she left and Daryl drove them all up to Nashua to get her moved in to New Hampshire, right? To her other branch to get her all moved in. She said she couldn't do long distance, but you got no problem doing it with this guy now that you're back here and he's there. And she's like, what the heck? And then he says, we did this whole party for you. And he storms away. And Holly tries to follow to his office, but Aaron cuts her off like, nope, no. So yeah, Aaron doesn't like Holly. We've established this, I think, over the first episode. And then now I think it's cemented that right now, Aaron does not like Holly at all. I think it comes up later in the season too, where she's like, I don't like her. Maybe she said it in this one, like, I just don't get it. That might have been it. So we're in Michael's office, and Aaron thinks he's better off. And Michael's like, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you find my street clothes? No, this is when it happens. And then it comes, she's like, I just don't get it. I do not get it. At least that's what I wrote down. Maybe it's in a different way. Anyway, she doesn't get Holly's appeal. She doesn't care. She doesn't like her, I don't think, really. I think that's the truth, is that Phyllis might have been right as Aaron's mom. She's not really Aaron's mom. But that was a fun story, too, by the way. Anyway, so Jim has a gift on his desk from Swiss Cheese addressed to Pickles. He opens it, and he's pelted with another snowball. Dwight strikes again. He's like, oh, you didn't think your pet names would be your undoing, did you, Jim? And this, for me, it's revenge. after 7 seasons of pranks and maybe longer before the show, Jim was pranking Dwight. This is good revenge for Dwight. You know, oh man, it feels so bad for Jim. Do you? Do you feel bad for Jim? You tell me when we get to the end of the season, the end of the show, after we learn all the stuff Jim does, do you still feel bad for Jim? Look back on this 2 years from now. Do you still feel bad for Jim? Let me know. So meanwhile, Stanley and Andy are talking to Toby. Well, Stanley's doing the talking. Andy's kind of standing there being involved. And he asks Toby about lunch at jury duty. Like, yeah, lunch is provided. And then we get this fantastic, it's a little bit of a longer clip, but it's a great cutaway from Stanley about jury duty.
I have been trying to get on jury duty every single year since I was 18 years old. To get to go sit in an air-conditioned room downtown, judging people while my lunch is paid for, that is the life.
I love that. I love Stanley. He knows what he wants. Sure, he cheated on his wife, but knows what he wants, not afraid to go get it. Or not afraid to let everybody know exactly what he wants. Good stuff. Love that clip. So Jada, Daryl's daughter, she's bored. She's like, hey, can I read my book in your office? And Daryl's like, yeah, sure. So Pam notices and quickly jumps into action. And she tells Jada, hey, a Grinch stole the star from the top of the Christmas tree and hid it in the warehouse. So do you want to come help me find him? Oh, she gets all excited. Yes, let's go. So Andy is playing the Grinch. He tells her she must pass challenges to find the star. And Pam's like, like an obstacle course? And he's like, no, I'm not going to do the Grinch voice. I can't do it. You must answer topical political questions. And of course, Jada doesn't know the answer, has no idea. So Daryl suggests, hey, why don't you give us clues about where the star is and tell us if we are hot or cold? And Andy's like, actually, the little girl is burning up because the star, and he takes it out of her bag, is right behind her ear. And Daryl's like, all right, and game's over. Seconds later. This is why you can't leave Andy in charge of anything, because he's always going to go off book. He's going to try something that's funny or weird that he thinks is funny, which is not fun for everybody else. You can't leave Andy in charge of the fun stuff. He's going to ruin it. All right, so Angela, we're back up at the party. Angela brings her state senator boyfriend in, and we get a cutaway of Oscar clocking the state senator instantly.
Robert seems great. He's very handsome, firm handshake, he's gay, good sense of humor.
I guess if anyone didn't need an actual gaydar, it would be Oscar, right? Of course. So AJ appears to surprise Holly, and he stops at reception where Kevin and Aaron are standing. And Aaron's like, I know who you are. I think you should go. And Holly appears like, hey, and they hug right outside Michael's office. And he comes out, he greets him, he greets AJ warmly. All right, enjoy the party. And then he drops this. I think this has been memed to death almost, but I love it. And we're going to play it. His cutaway, his clip after he greets AJ, acting like everything is just fine.
I am dead inside.
He puts on a brave face, though, doesn't he? He sure does. Not really, but in that moment, he did. An expert salesman, if you will. So Daryl takes Jada to the break room. Hey, what do you want? We got some snacks. And she's like, it's a whole room full of vending machines. And Creed is sitting in the corner, just goes, yeah, isn't it something? And Creed steals every single scene that he's in on this show. I love Creed. He is fantastic. So she can't decide what she wants. So they buy a bit of everything. And Jada just goes around handing out snacks to everybody for Christmas. What a nice thing to do. What a nice moment. And that was fun. I liked it. So then we get a gift-giving montage. Oscar gets boots from Kevin, and he opens it, and Kevin's like, for your feet. Like, super excited. Ryan gets a handmade iPad cover from Phyllis. Is she also having money problems? That's why she went homemade. Creed gets a six-pack of deodorant from Angela, and he is legitimately overjoyed. Andy gets a How to Quit Biting Your Nails guide from Aaron. They laugh about that. And Michael is washing Woody off in the bathroom. So there you go. Coming around. Angela is bragging about the senator with Meredith and Oscar and someone else nearby. Meredith complains about the teachers union because her kid is 17 and can't read. Angela's like, zip it, Meredith. She's like, oh, my kid's 17 and can't read. Ryan comes in, asks about getting a drink. And Oscar's like, I'll make it. What are you having? And he's like, F train to Brooklyn, extra bitters or whatever. Some hipster thing. And Oscar's like, I can't make that. He's like, oh, I'll stick with my mojito. And Ryan leaves. And the senator is checking out Ryan as he leaves. And then Oscar stares at the camera because well, first of all, the senator's gay. Second of all, as Oscar figured out instantly, second of all, he was not slick about it at all. Like, he didn't even try to hide it. He didn't even think about who might have been looking. He just went whoop and just didn't even try. Like, I mean, dudes just aren't slick. Most dudes are just not slick. So there you go. Jim and Pam are in the break room doing the gift thing. Jim is terrified that Dwight is hiding somewhere. And he got her some fancy jewelry, Jesus, which she loves. And because usually he makes a gift, he's got some special moment or whatever. But this time he bought her a fancy something or other. And she absolutely loves it. And then she's like, all right, it's just a silly little thing. Oh, here you go. Didn't have any time. So he opens it, and The Adventures of Jimmy Halpert. He's like, that's my bike. That's my daughter. Bear Man? And he legitimately absolutely loves it. So everybody wins this year. Jim and Pam win. They're gift giving to each other. That's wonderful. So Michael heads outside just to get some air, get out of there, have a good cry. Pam follows him, and Michael is just crushed that Holly is not available. Pam's like, I shouldn't tell you this, but AJ won't commit to Holly, told him about the ultimatum. And she's like, I don't know of any marriage that starts off with an ultimatum. Do you? Any happy marriage? And they're like, no. So just wait it out. You'll be all right. Everything's going to be fine. So they go back inside. Michael is hopeful once again. And Jim, meanwhile, tries to surrender to Dwight. Dwight does not accept. He's like, there's one way that I'll relent. You hit Pam in the face with a snowball while I watch. And Jim's like, you're a psychopath. Dwight's like, I'll take that as a no. So it's going to keep happening. So we're back in the annex. And Michael gives Kelly, he's like, I was at the mall. I saw this and I thought of you. And in the bag is the Hello Kitty laptop sleeve, the corporate gift to everyone that she herself picked out. So while they're back there, Holly and AJ, Holly's desk is right next to Kelly's. They talk at Holly's desk and he's like, oh man, what happened to Woody? And she lied and she blamed herself. And so Michael hears all of this, obviously, and he's got a little smile. He's a little more hopeful, a little bit more hopeful. Like she could have thrown him under the bus and that would have closed that door forever, but she's a little hopeful. So I think we're going to come around, or she's going to come around on this, I think. I do declare she's going to come around. So Jada is in Michael's office now, giving him a snack. And he's like, hey, I thought, I was told Santa would listen to all of the presents you want for Christmas. I think I know where to find him. So he goes to find Santa, who can listen to all of her gifts. And he's talking to her, like he's chatting with her. Santa Claus is chatting to her. And Holly looks over from the other side of the room. And the office. I tried to say the office and decided to stop and say the room. So it went, the castle of, And she gave a look, a nice little smile and a look. I think she's coming around. Call me crazy, but I think she is coming around. So they're Jim's getting ready to leave. And he's on edge. He's just completely on edge with Dwight attacking him at every turn. And the parking lot is filled with giant snowmen, much like the one that Dwight jumped out of in part 1 and attacked Jim. So Jim is just completely terrified and like starts attacking the snowmen. And well, Jim and Pam are both terrified at this point. So he attacks all the snowmen and the camera pans up to Dwight, who is watching from the roof of the building. And we end on this absolute A+ line from Dwight.
In the end, the greatest snowball isn't a snowball at all. It's fear. Merry Christmas.
He makes a good point. The greatest snowball isn't a snowball at all. So there you go. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. We're almost done. When I started doing this, they're recapping the Office holiday episodes. I didn't think I was going to keep doing it. I didn't think people were going to find it as much fun as I did. I didn't think I was going to find it as much fun as I do. But I love it. And you know what? In the next 2 years, I'm going to be sad because we only have 2 left, I think. 1 or 2 left. So I'm going to be a little bit bummed out. And then we'll have to figure out something else to talk about in the show in 3 years. So I think we'll be fine. So there you go. Classic Christmas parts 1 or part 2, parts 1 and 2. We're all good. We're good to go. So we will talk about some other stuff on the other side, but we will play a lovely holiday tune from our dear friend Hana Khan. This song is called Ho, Ho, Ho. I love it. It's lovely. She's lovely. You're all lovely. It's the Melting Pat. We're coming right back.
Wrapping up our presents and stick them right under the Christmas tree. Fill up all our stockings with our favorite little things. It's you and me. Look at all the snowflakes falling on the ground. Take a sip of champagne. most important to get down our cookies for the Santa meet and greet. So much sweet to go around, there's so much in store. With Christmas cheer and happy tears, we're ready for more. We say, ho, 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 let's go. We are on the way to mistletoe. And games we can play when we are all at home. And staying warm around the fire, watching snow, saying ho, ho, ho. Whoa, warm around the fire, watching snow, saying ho, ho, ho. Whoa, warm around the fire, watching snow, saying ho, ho, ho. We all share our stories by the fire till the morning when we find out what Santa brings, singing happy things. Christmas is happening. We say ho, 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 let's go. We're on the way to mistletoe and games we can play when we are all at home and staying warm around the fire, watching snow. Saying ho, 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 let's go. We are on the way to mistletoe and games we can play when we are all at home and staying warm around the fire, watching snow. Saying ho, ho, ho. Whoa, staying warm around the fire, watching snow. Saying ho, ho, ho. We're staying warm around the fire, watching snow. Saying ho, ho, ho.
There we are, Hanukkah, ho, ho, ho. I love that song so much. Thank you to my friend, first of all, to Hanukkah for saying, yeah, go ahead, play the song. Thank you to my friend Danny Schmitz, who I think produced that song. He might have had a writing credit or a something or other on there as well. But that's how I discovered the song, and now it's become a yearly part of my tradition here. Hanukkah is part of the lore of the show, and I love it. So thank you very much. Ho, ho, ho. Go get the thing. Go get it. Tell her I said hi, and she might remember who I am. I don't know. Anyway, we don't have a transition here, do we? No, we're just going to kind of, like, everyone knows this. When holidays come around, if you celebrate holidays, that is. If you don't celebrate the holidays, you probably don't have anything to do with this, which is, honestly, would probably be great. But, like, people get weird at the holidays, because it's, I said this at Thanksgiving when people, or I usually say this around Thanksgiving, when people get weird about it, it's like, oh, you have to do this because they're family. Like, well, and it took me a long time to realize you really don't have to do it. Like, oh, you've known this person forever. Okay. And they now make me uncomfortable. They now decide to be weird and angry and you know, try to start some stuff, right? So we don't have to do that. People go, you have to go do this at this time with these people, and we have this food and do this activity. It's just what we do. And as I've said many times on this show, if your only reason to keep doing something is because we've always done it this way, that is not, on its own, a good reason to keep doing the thing. If you're only doing it because, oh, we always did it this way, that's not a good reason to do the thing. Just, you can make your own stuff to do. And you can do it every year because you enjoy it. You can do it every year because you have fun doing it, because the people around you also enjoy when you do that thing. If you host a Halloween party, if you have people over for Christmas, or if you have this, whatever, right? If you enjoy doing the thing, then you can keep doing the thing. If you don't, then just, what was that woman's name? If it doesn't bring you joy, throw it out. Marie Kondo, right? Was that a thing? Has that person, taken a turn? Should we not be referencing her anymore? But anyway, if you don't, you know what, just, let me adopt it then. If you don't enjoy it, stop going. If you don't have fun with it, if you don't find some kind of good feeling, good vibe, good whatever from the event, from the dinner, from the gathering, don't go. Don't go. People get really weird, and we have to have, poorly cooked food and weird gift exchanges and like food you don't like because somebody tries a recipe, or it's an ancient recipe from my ancestors. Okay, well, it's awful. So can we not do that? Jill's family used to do, like on her dad's side, used to do a gift swap, and it was so dumb. Like we never participated, but we would go to her to her grandfather's house. And they, all the, aunts and uncles and whoever's would go, and they would do a gift. They would, gift exchange. Cool. Great. And then they would do, what's it called? White elephant, where you swap the presents, right? And they would do that, and it would just be so awkward. Like, why are you doing that? None of you actually enjoy this. So, like, can we please stop? Can we just not do this? And then we stopped going, and then, grandfather passed away, so it doesn't matter anyway. But, deciding to end gathering traditions is a really great thing about being an adult, is when you can make the decision to go or to not go. And so it really makes your holidays go a lot smoother, because like, oh, you're going to go do this? No, I don't want to. I don't like those people. Oh, okay, great. There you go. It's just weird, man. And some people have an unspoken rule that the holiday can only be celebrated if it's on that day. So if Christmas is on a Thursday, is it on a Thursday this year? Yeah, it might be. If it's on a Thursday, if you don't have Christmas gathering on Christmas, it doesn't happen. Or like the Friday after Thanksgiving, which Jill's mom used to do, Friday Thanksgiving, because then on Thursday you could go to your dad's house, you could go to your boyfriend, girlfriend's house, whoever, and then just come over on Friday. And so they kept that tradition up. So that was pretty cool. But like other people wouldn't. I know people in my family who wouldn't do that. Who would just be like, nope, it's got to be, got to be on Thanksgiving Day, got to be on Christmas, got to be whenever. I'm just like, why can't we be flexible? Because sometimes people have to rearrange schedules. Sometimes they just need to chill at home in sweatpants. And sometimes they just need to do things a little differently, I guess. Maybe that's where I want to go, is sometimes a fun holiday gathering for you looks very different than a fun holiday gathering for me. And I think a lot of us need to accept that and go, okay, it's a bummer we won't see you, but you know what? Have fun, enjoy yourself. Call me if you want to talk, right? Something like that. I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. Sometimes we want different foods, because like my family did a Swedish tradition of white supper on Christmas Eve, which meant a lot of fish, and I do not like fish at all. And so that is one tradition I definitely did not take with me to adulthood, because I don't like fish. White supper was my least favorite meal of the year. And because I knew it was coming, because I've talked about this before, the holiday meats, right? Turkey, Thanksgiving, roast beef on Christmas, ham on Easter, right? And white supper Christmas Eve. And I never looked forward to Christmas Eve dinner because it was mostly fish, and I don't like fish. One year, though, we did do, my mom came to our apartment, and we did white pizza and French fries, and Jill got shrimp in a basket from a pizza place. And so that was really cool. But otherwise, yeah, the white supper was not something I brought with me to adulthood, to my own place, right? And I didn't want to do it because it was just, I hate fish and it's gross. We did have a Christmas Eve tradition of getting dinner at Wawa, because we would go to Jill's grandfather's house, and there was never a lot of food there. And so we would always be hungry when we left. We'd stay for like an hour and a half, and then we would just leave. And then there was never a lot of food. So we would go and, we'd stop at Wawa on the way home. Like, hey, it's a good tradition. Then we stopped going, but Jill and I have kept up the Wawa tradition on either Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. Because one year we did that on New Year's Eve, because we were going to go to wherever. And then we saw it was like $80 a plate. And there were two of us, but we didn't have, we had the money, but it was like, no, I'd rather not spend $160 on whatever that's going to be. So I went the other way, walked to Wawa, and we started doing that for a couple of years. So we have kept that up as well, where either Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, we go to Wawa and we get dinner, and it's great. And the kid loves stuff from Wawa, so it's really good. But I would love if America, we talked about this at least last year and maybe the year before, but I like to bring it up because I would like America to adopt the Peruvian tradition, the Tacanuki Festival, where people fight each other in the middle of town, where you get in a big circle and there's a whole procession into the town square or to the arena, wherever you're going to go. And it's a big celebration. And you basically, if you have a grievance with somebody, you call them out, you rumble, right? There are rules. You can't kick them when they're down, no biting, no hair pulling. There were a couple others, I think. But it's, hand-to-hand combat, basically, and you get it all out. You get out all of your aggression with whoever. Afterward, you shake hands and you go get drunk to numb the pain. And I've read that people they have a big community breakfast beforehand and or a big dinner afterward. So either way, you get a good meal, you get your aggression out, you go get drunk, and you have another good meal. So that's a win. That would be great if we could do that. And then I also read that on December 26th, the best fighters from other villages gather to determine who is the best of the best. And that is amazing. So all the villages, all the little neighborhoods, they get together, they have their Takenouki festival, they all duke it out, and they decide who the best is, I guess. And then the best from those goes, I guess they go to City Hall or whatever, and they all duke it out and decide who's the best there. I love it. I would love this to be government sponsored too. That would just make it official and very fun. But again, it probably wouldn't work. It would not work in America because they would bring guns. People would bring guns. That would be it, and it wouldn't be fun. And you'd have to stop doing it because somebody wouldn't make it because another person would bring a gun or something, and that's just where we are. I know, Pat. Why you got to bring us down? I'm just being real. Listen, if you got an event together of a bunch of neighborhoods and they all go fight in the town square, you're telling me that Americans would not be packing? Are you kidding me? Come on. They bring guns to all kinds of places. They wouldn't bring it to somewhere where you're literally going to fight somebody? Come on. But anyway, take that part out of it. But I love the idea. Fight, high five, go get drunk. That's great. Love it. Great way to end the year and start fresh for the next one. But barring that, if that doesn't work, then just hang out, relax. If you go to a gathering, go have fun. Only go until you stop having fun, I guess. And if you don't enjoy it, don't go. Don't go. I know it's really tough to do that, to go back on family and tradition and all that stuff. But sometimes, or all the time, you have to protect yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, maybe. I hope not. But you have to think of yourself and go, is this going to make me feel good about going? And if the answer is no, don't go. Don't do it. Sit at home in your sweatpants, relax, get your favorite foods, watch some festive TV, and let's let Linus tell us what Christmas is all about.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? Sure, Charlie Brown. I can tell you what Christmas is all about. And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. And the glory of the Lord shone round about them. And they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not. For behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
See, there you go. Or, insert whichever holiday special you like to watch. I know, but I love, and I'm not trying to push the whole religious thing on you. You know that about me by now. That's not my thing. If that's your thing, that's great. But I'm not going to shove that on you. I just like to watch Charlie Brown Christmas every year because it's great, and I love the message, and I love playing that clip. That's really what it is. It's more that I love playing the clip. Even though we learned a couple of years ago that Linus tried to swoop in and steal Charlie Brown's girl like a jerk. But I still love playing the clip. So there you go. But watch whatever, insert whatever you want to do. Let me know. If you want me to add another classic Christmas clip, how's that for some alliteration? Let me know. And then we'll add that for next year. We'll make that happen. Okay? No? All right. Anyway, listen. Holidays can be rough. Whether you've, you know what? I don't even want to dive too deeply in because I don't want to make you sad. Because holidays do that on their own enough. So let me just say this. I know that holidays can be rough for some of you, for a lot of you even, and I want you to know I appreciate you being here and indulging me every year with this festive episode as best I can do, as festive as I can be with the tunes and the office and all that stuff. So thank you for being here. And if you need somebody to talk to, again, my phone is on 209-867-7638. Send me a text. It comes right to my phone. It's my Google Voice number. It comes right to my phone. We can chat. you can just dump stuff on me, and I can just say, I hear you. Happy holidays. Thank you for reaching out. Or if you want to have a chat, let me know. And we can do that. You can also leave me a voicemail on SpeakPipe. Leave me a voicemail at that number, and let me know what's what. Okay? I just, if you need a pair of ears or a pair of eyes this season, let me know, and I will do my best. Okay? We're just hanging out, just me, the missus, and the kiddo, and so just let me know if you need somebody to chat with. I will make time for you, because we got to stick together. It can be rough, with all the stuff going on, and or not going on. Even if nothing's really happening, the holidays in general just can be kind of a rough time. And I just want you to know, you're here for me to listen. I'm here to listen to you as well. And so let me know what's what. I am here, here to help. If you want to chat, let's do the thing. Okay? Once again, thank you so much for being here. Thanks to all of our friends for the holiday tunes, the Wild and Free, Brawny, Hanakon, and who else did we hear from? Is that it? Oh, Life and Idol, I think, right? Did we do that? Yes. I recorded this out of order because I had to do other stuff. But, nope, we didn't do Life and Idol this year. Sorry. Or did we? No, we didn't. Okay. We should have. I usually do. Sorry. Hell of a holiday, Life and Idol. Go check that one out. Tell him Pat said hi. We didn't have enough breaks, that's why. Because I didn't add another segment because the Office episode was 2 parts. There you go. There, we figured it out. I actually haven't recorded the Office thing yet as I sit here doing the end of the show. But did you need to know that? No. But I like to let you know what's what. Okay? All right. So that's it. That is it. Next week is... Oh, no, wait. Next week is the last show of the year. Can't hold anything back now. I'm going to record it on the 26th and just throw it up. No editing. And we'll see what we can do. But if you have suggestions, let me know. And if I get them by the 26th, I will include them. What do you want me to talk about? What's the coolest thing you did this year? How about that? What's something you're looking forward to for next year? Or just something funny you heard on the way to work or something like that. Or something funny that happened at your holiday gathering. Let me know. All right? But that is all. Thank you so much. This has been an 8 Boylan production. Until next time, my friends, have fun. Be safe. Thank a veteran. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Get vaccinated and boosted when you can. Tip your wait staff. And of course, oh, wait, we forgot. Before we did, don't do anything I wouldn't do. And don't forget about the captain. Good sir. I'm sorry. If you're there, we might give him the day off. But just in case, we didn't do that. Well, we forgot to do it earlier. I know that. But let's do this. Captain, if you're there, let us know what's what. The floor is yours. Good sir. Take it away.
Hey, Flyers fans. Mark back at you again with another Flyers update. Yeah. Woo. Guys, welcome back. Your Flyers continue to impress. Let's dive right in. So last Thursday, Flyers losing in overtime against Vegas 3-2. It was a tight game. Vegas is a very good team. However, Saturday and Sunday, Flyers getting a back-to-back against Carolina. The Hurricanes at the top of the Eastern Conference right now. They are really, really good this year, as they've been in years past. However, the Flyers, both on Saturday and Sunday, losing in the shootout. 4-3 on Saturday, then Sunday, 3-2. It was tough to see them lose. Trevor Zegras just did not have the magic that he normally does. But again, a great showing to get points out of one of the best teams in the league. So on Tuesday, Flyers winning in Montreal 4-1, a complete game. The Flyers really took it to the Canadiens. The Canadiens started off the scoring in the beginning. They were up 1-0. Flyers scoring 4 straight to finish the game. It was a complete effort by the entire team. Love to see that kind of play. Now looking ahead, Thursday night, they're in Buffalo, taking them on the Buffalo Sabres are they're bringing the heat. They're coming in with a 4-game win streak. They are going to be a tough team to beat. Then on Saturday, the Flyers going to New York to play the Rangers. Monday, they're at home against Vancouver. Then Tuesday, back on the road against Chicago before the Christmas break. As I said, the Flyers are right in it. They are exciting. They're keeping it going. They are in contention and in a playoff spot right now. My goodness, this team is fun to watch, and I hope that you're having fun watching them too. So guys, that's it from me here inside the Melting Pat. Now back to Pat.
Thank you, my friend. If you weren't there, we got a sound effect. He usually takes some time off because the Flyers also take off. So we shall see. It's either this week or next where he'll take off, and then we'll pick it back up when the Flyers do. But anyway, I almost forgot. Sorry, man. Very sorry about that, good sir. All right, now we're good. We did all the stuff already. No G-Love today, but check them out anyway. Philadelphonic.com, themeltingpat.com for more me, newsletter, Patreon, all the things. And as always, send me a message. Let me know. Let me know what's what. If I can help, I will. If you just need somebody to dump on, you can do that here. Don't be weird about it, okay? To dump your troubles on, all right? Not your stuff, okay? Christ. All right. Good way to end the show, Pat. Yeah, I thought so too. So, as per tradition, because we do things every year when we like them, we will send you home with our dear friends. Much Better. Their holiday greeting, their holiday carol. When they put this out, I'm like, this is fun as hell. I'm playing this on my holiday show. And Charlie said, hell yeah, please do. So, again, tell them to get on a Thanksgiving song for next year's show. But in any case, Much Better on Bandcamp. Links to that will be in the show notes, as well as links to all the friends we've played today. And maybe some more. I don't know what I'll do. We'll find out together, I guess. Anyway, here you go. Much Better and their holiday greeting. Happy holidays, my friends. Be safe. Have fun. Be happy. Have a good time. And if I can help you in any way, let me know what's what. Thank you so much for being here. We'll talk soon. Okay? I love you. Go crap open a cold one.
Hi, this is Charlie Saxton from the band Much Better, wishing you and your family a happy holidays and a happy new year.
Hi, my name is Tim Joe from Much Better, and I want to wish you a happy Christmas and a Merry New Year.
Hi, this is Sean Quinn. Oh, erase that. Erase it. Erase it. Right? Didn't sound sure of my name, and I want to wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Jesus Christ.
Hi, this is Ozla.
Hey, clip.